Okay, so this month is Myositis Awareness Month, so I thought to make a video and do a recap. So my name is Sharice, and I have an autoimmune condition called dermatomyositis, which is just the inflammation of the skin and the muscle. It causes muscle weakness, and of course it's autoimmune. So for some reason, the tissues is attacking the good cells in my body. I did my IVIG, my final IVIG last week, and that's just a medication with antibodies that you put intravenously. So we do that twice a month for 3 months back to back. Each session lasts about 5 hours, so that's complete. And it was a success because I got my blood tested as well, and the creatine kinase was 800, and it's supposed to be under 200. So we're getting there. And of course, it's a far cry from when I was first diagnosed, which was 28,000. Even in March, it was 3,000 plus, so that's a pretty good decrease. And as the creatine kinase decreased, my liver enzymes also decreased, which is great. It's actually the AST and ALT are normal, and that's great because now I can use the immunosuppressant drug called methotrexate. And the reason why I had to wait to use methotrexate is methotrexate really affects the liver as well. So having high liver enzymes and using the methotrexate wasn't a good idea. But now that it's normal, I can use the methotrexate. So methotrexate, as I said, is an immunosuppressant as well as a steroid-sparing agent. So as you know, I'm on a drug called prednisone. Lots of side effects like osteoporosis and cataract, and of course the weight gain and so on, the puffy face. And so by taking the methotrexate, it will help me to reduce the steroids, and the goal eventually is to get rid of the prednisone, not be on the prednisone. So with the methotrexate, there's two options: the pill form and the injection form. So I choose the injection form because the injection form works faster than the pill form, because it takes about 6 weeks for it to start to build up in your body, and for it to work properly. And my doctor, we have started reducing the prednisone. So I've been on 20 milligrams of prednisone for the longest while. Now we reduced it to 15 milligrams, and I'm gonna stay on 15 milligrams for about 2 weeks and then go down to 10 milligrams. I'm a bit nervous of going that far. We might slow it down a little bit more, because in the past, when we start taping the prednisone, I start flaring again. So hopefully this time it sticks, because I really need to get off the prednisone, because my MRI from 2 months ago showed that I have a condition called a vascular necrosis and in my hip. And a vascular necrosis is where there's not enough blood supply flowing around to the joints, and it can cause, easy injury, easy cracks. And that was found in my hip, and that's directly related to the prednisone, because the prednisone causes buildup of lipids or fat, and the buildup causes it reduces, the blood flow, and that's what's happening. So that's why you want to start reducing the prednisone. So hopefully um it works. I have to admit, in the past, I didn't always follow my doctor's instructions with the prednisone. Sometimes I jumped too far, I reduced too quick. She says stay on it for 2 weeks, and I just reduce, and then what happens? I end up in a flare, and I'm back to square one. And it's happened twice already, and the third time I'm not gonna allow it to happen. So I'm gonna listen to everything my doctor says. Said full right. And yeah, that's it for in terms of the medication part. Just want to touch a little bit on the genetic part, because I talked about it last time and I think I got a little incorrect. So I did talk to my doctor, and one of the antibodies that I have of is anti-Jo1 for mastitis. I have two others I can't remember right now. And you're not born with it, but you can have a genetic predisposition of getting it. So I asked my doctor, how did I get it? She said maybe you had a common cold a couple years ago, 2014, 2015. I'm like, really? A common cold? So then I attended this webinar, because it's myositis awareness, so there's lots of webinars. And there was this doctor talking about the causes of myositis. And reality is we don't know. There's so many possible options. Some of them are direct, like for example, people who are on heart medication can get it. But then he talks about environment, he talked about genetics, he talked about stress. Like, there's so many different reasons. For me, 2014, 2015 really stood out when she said it, because that was when I lost someone close to me through a suicide, and I remember it was really, really stressful. For me, it still is a little bit, but I went through a really rough part, and I also stopped having. I was really active, really running, really. I stopped taking care of my body. It all comes in together. So who really knows? The why. I told my doctor, I really want to know why, and she's like, it may take you forever to find out why. And I mean, for research purposes, it's important, but I mean, um, trying to find out the why all the time may not be the best um part right now. So just want to focus on trying to be positive. This week was tough, as I said, with the methotrexate really weakened me and made me fatigued, and um try to take try to remain positive all the time. But obviously, it's not it's sometimes really hard. And of course, I'm always positive on the videos and on social media and so on. But sometimes, it hits you hard. Living with a chronic illness is tough. Your body's changing. It's not as strong as before. As a matter of fact, I have a pasta bottle that I've been trying to open for the past 2 weeks. Now, I don't know if it's the pasta bottle that's the problem or myself that I'm this weak. I don't know. And I have that problem sometimes. It's like, am I tired because of my illness? Or am I just tired? Or am I just being lazy? It's hard to figure out. But I do know sometimes when I go for a walk for too long, or I stay in the kitchen too long, I start getting the feelings. So, yeah. And I think that's it for now. And hopefully, the next video, my CK will be normal. Thank you.